Happiness is a choice that often requires effort. Seems to be the theme that keeps coming up for me at the moment, is this concept of choice around our feelings and our emotions. Because too often we believe that how we feel and the emotions that we have running through us, these rampant feelings and emotions, that they happen to us, not that they are chosen by us. Because happiness is a choice. Sadness is a choice, often one that is dictated by things that have happened to us, but we still get a choice around how we respond to said things. And look, sometimes sadness is a justifiable thing. There's nothing wrong with feeling sad. There's nothing wrong with feeling the emotions that we feel. But we need to realize that we are not dictated by them. We get to dictate to them. And too often people will not be happy with their life. They'll not be happy in a day. Because happiness is a choice that often requires effort. So the question becomes, are you willing to put in the effort that is required to be happy? Are you willing to do the things that will make you happy? And often it's the things that we speak about here, that happiness doesn't come from the things that people think they do. Happiness doesn't come from anything that is a form of sedation. Alcohol, junk food, TV, social media, porn, drugs, anything that takes you out of who you are isn't a form of happiness. It's a form of sedation. It's a form of running from your current life. It's running from your reality. So that's not a form of happiness. In circumstances, those things can provide happiness, But happiness is a choice that requires effort. And it's this weird one. It's the same concept as, people think that you just go to sleep. No, to actually have really good quality sleep requires effort. It requires a process. It requires a wind down. It requires getting your body into the right rhythm. It requires the right setup in the gym, in the bedroom. It requires effort. But we in society have gotten to a point where everything is easy. Everything is simple. Everything is, they want straightforward and instantaneous and no effort required. But the true things in life require effort. Happiness comes from giving effort. I truly believe that the highest form of satisfaction is completing a job, workout, hobby, whatever it might be. Something that is difficult, something that is challenging, something that couldn't just be done in a single moment, but required you to work, that challenged you, that pushed you forward, that pushed you into what needed to be done. And you finish that and you gain happiness and satisfaction from sitting in the knowledge that you took on this challenge and here is the result of your labor. That's why I think fitness is one of the greatest gifts on that. That in the micro and in the macro, you can look at it and go, wow, I did that. So on the micro, on the day-to-day, you can look at a workout and go, that was a tough as shit workout and I came out the other side victorious. I could have quit, I could have, thrown it in, I could have phoned it in. But I chose to do the work. I chose to push through. I chose to get better today. And I did. And I did that work. There is deep, deep satisfaction in doing that. And then in the macro, in achieving things that others cannot. In following through. In seeing the changes in your body. In seeing the progressions in that. Knowing that you go out every day and do the work that others won't, and then eventually you reach a point that you can do the work that others can't. because you made that choice, that you made the right choice, that's a win as well. And not just a win, that's a really exciting win. And that brings happiness, and that brings satisfaction, and that brings joy to your life. Because we have to go out and do things that challenge us. We have to go out and push ourselves. And this is where we gain the joy and the satisfaction of life. Because happiness is a choice that often requires effort. You're not just going to cruise through life and just show up giving the bare minimum and phoning in your relationships and how you show up at work or for your body or for your friends and family or anything like that and have a happy life. No, it requires effort. It requires you putting forth effort and focus to have these things. And I do think this is the gap on most areas of life, that people aren't willing to put in effort to even be happy. Like, isn't that the mind-boggling one? That we've reached a point of entitlement that we're just like, oh, well, I should just be happy. Well, no, you have to choose happiness. It requires an effort point. And what happiness is to you varies depending on who you are. It's like, what does success look like to you? Depends on who you are. What does enough money look like to you? Depends on who you are. You know, money's always that crazy one. What's enough money to be rich? If you require a mansion and a Lamborghini and, you know, a private jet and traveling the world at all times, it requires a hell of a lot more money. Or if being rich is living in a bungalow on a beach and having enough to put food on the table and not worry about the other things, then it requires a hell of a lot less. Success and happiness depends on who you are and what your requirements are for success and requirements for happiness. But happiness is a choice that requires effort. So choose the things and choose the effort that is gonna make you happy. Choose the point that will progress you into your happiest level. But you decide what happiness looks like. It's like all things, it's well within your control. If you're waking up every single day and you're sad and miserable and you hate your fucking life, well, start making choices that will make your life happier. Start making choices that will progress you into the direction. You are not a slave to your condition. You're not stuck where you are. You will at all times have an opportunity and choice to change it. So if you aren't happy, change it. And then within that, change the things that make you happy. Today I am fucking ecstatic. And one of the things that makes me ecstatic today is it is the most beautiful, crystal clear day. God, I love beautiful sunny days. Nothing makes me happier than a beautiful sunny day. And then I had this discussion the other day, but then people are like, well, what about when it rains? But I fucking love the rain too. I love a beautiful rain. I love hearing it pitter-patter on the roof. I love hearing how it rains down on my roof, especially as I fall asleep at night. And, you know, I love the heat. I love getting hot. I love sweating it out. I love just sitting in the sun and just basking in it. There is nothing fucking better than that feeling in that sun. And I also love the cold. I love rugging up. I love pushing it and seeing how much cold I can take. I love the ice baths and I love that kind of training as well. So if you change your definition of happiness, suddenly you get to be happy all the time. I love when things are winning and when I'm succeeding and when life is going great and I'm ticking the win after win after win after win. I love that point. But I also love when I'm presented with a challenge because I get to test my mettle. I get to test who I am. I get to figure out a new way to rise to the occasion, to figure out the next step forward. I love that as well. So suddenly, I'm winning all the time. Because it doesn't matter what happens in life, I get to win. I get to be happy. And this is what I mean about making the choices. Happiness is a choice that often requires effort. But that effort can vary in the different ways. It can be effort in how you choose to perceive your life, how you choose to perceive the world, how do you choose to perceive the circumstance. And that doesn't mean that I don't get unhappy. It doesn't mean that there aren't days where I wake up and I feel like crap, or I'm sad for some reason and I can't work out why. Because emotions are things, but then I get to choose how I respond to that. I get to choose how I respond to my life. Happened just the other day. And I woke up and I was sad and I was fretting and I was scared and I was worried and all that kind of stuff. So I went and crushed a workout. Took the edge off a little bit, but not quite. It didn't really push me into the place I needed to be. So I went and sat and I meditated. Probably longer than I would normally. And I do recognize that I am blessed to have the opportunity that I got to sit down for half an hour and just meditate on this. And it shifted everything. And I came out the other side feeling like a different man. I took back control of those things. And I shifted my mental state. But I wasn't content to sit in this feeling of sadness, of this feeling of hating my life, of feeling this worriedness that had come out of nowhere. I was not content with that. So I made a choice and I gave it some effort and I went and fixed that. Because it's also not just about me. I have a wife and 2 kids and I have clients that I have to show up for. I cannot afford to show up subpar because I'm like, I feel sad today. Woe is me. Fuck the life. Get Eeyore mode happening. I cannot afford that. So I had to take back control. I had to take back control of my state and be in charge of who I am. So that's what I did. It is part of why I also recommend that everybody fucking works out every single day. Because there are things that you can do, like working out, that control your state. They make you happier. Even if you just want to purely put it down to the chemical effect, the dopamine and not epinephrine, serotonin that you get from working out. Fantastic. It's gonna put you in a better headspace. It's gonna put you in a better mood. So why wouldn't you go chase those things? Why wouldn't you seek those things every single day? And it's part of why it's a weighted walk outside. Because it's about getting you outside. Even if it's raining, even if it's overcast, there is still, the sun is shining through. And you'll get benefits from that. Raises your vitamin D level, which low vitamin D levels is linked to depression. It's why people in England are fucking depressed all the time. It gets you out in nature. It makes you happier. Being in nature is such a positive, mood-boosting, health-boosting thing that the Japanese government has built parks and made it mandatory part of their curriculum and for employees and workers to go out and be a part of nature because it boosts the mood. It raises how you feel about life. It deals with anxiety and stress. So go outside. Be a part of this. Yes, what I talk about will change your physique. Yes, it'll put you into the best shape of your life. But it also just makes you a happier person. It just makes you a better person. It makes you better able to handle life. That's why I talk about this program, Chasing Greatness, starts with life and just makes you better at everything that you do. It makes every area in your life, and it just spiderwebs out from there. This one single thing, it's a ripple, it's a rock in the pond, and it goes, and it creates all these other changes and opens up so many other avenues of your life to improve, to get better. So yeah, it is this one that will impact everything. It makes you more confident. It raises your self-belief. It raises your self-respect. It improves your relationships. It improves your happiness. It improves your mood. It improves how your energy levels. It improves how you show up in life. It improves how you win at life. It improves so much. It gets you in connection with your thoughts and your feelings. So then you are feeling better. You're able to analyze what's going on better. And. It's why I talk about it being like the Holy Grail. It's the thing that can change absolutely fucking everything for you if you are willing to do the work, if you are willing to show up, if you are willing just to commit every single day. And you just start with 30 days. Just 30 days. Anybody can fucking do 30 days. If you can't do 30 days, you're lying to yourself. You can do 30 days. Anybody can do something for 30 days. And you just go from there. Because happiness is a choice that often requires effort. And this is the effort. You want to live a happy and fulfilled life? This is the starting point. This is where you begin. You begin with that first simple choice, and then it flows from there. You begin here, choosing to do this, choosing to make that choice of who you want to be and how you want to show up in life. And then everything gets better. It doesn't mean that the bad days don't come. It doesn't mean that you aren't going to wake up some days feeling shit about yourself. But it means more often than not, you will wake up feeling fucking amazing. And on the days that you don't feel like doing it, you have the tools in your tool belt to fucking take them on and deal with that, to change that state and get into a better place. Because just because you wake up feeling shit, wake up feeling sad and hating your life or whatever it might be, doesn't mean you have to fucking stay there. That is also a choice. A choice that you don't have to make anymore. A choice that you can make for the better if you're willing to make that choice. The power is always in your hand. Everything about your life is within your control. It's just whether you're willing to do the work that is required to take back control, willing to do the things that is required to get you there. That's the only question. So, if you're ready to choose happiness, to choose the effort that will make you happy, then shoot me a message. Let's get you into chasing greatness. Let's start you on a 30-day challenge, and let's see who you can become on the other side. Let's see how much greater your life can be, how much your happiness and overall fulfillment can improve from making that choice. Now, if you're not quite there, please click the link in my bio, grab my top 10 tools to transform your mental toughness and join the Daily Greatness Mail. Lastly, if you took value from this, if you benefited from it, if you saw something that spoke to you and you know other people who could speak from it, please like, comment, subscribe, and share it. Help spread this word, help get this to people. Let's choose happiness today. Let's spread the word of happiness. And I'm here every single day on another podcast for you. And just sharing from the front, sharing my experiences as I go through this to help you avoid the mistakes that I make as I go through this. But I'll be back again tomorrow. And until then.